Hi everyone, Shyamanand here from Hyper Automobiles. It's been quite a while since we have uploaded and I'm so glad to say that we are back in business. So the downside of that is Lohit won't be joining us for a couple of videos, and by couple I don't know really how much, I'm not sure, but yeah, at least for the next 2-3 videos he won't be joining us. But on the positive side, we are reviewing the first ever luxury car on Hyper Automobiles. It is the 2014 BMW X1. So because it's the first luxury car on Hyper Automobiles, millions of you better watch it. Before we start off the review, please don't forget to subscribe to our channel because we have loads of content coming and you won't miss any of our new upload. You'll be notified. Now let's get on to the review. So let's start off this review by talking about the design of the X1. So as you can see, the whole design language, it's from the older generation. You can figure it out. It's the 2014 one. The headlamps, as you see, they are shaped differently compared to the newer ones. And the grills, if you see, the grills are surrounded with this chrome, which looks very nice, and they have this kind of metallic finish in between them, the slats between them. And if you see here, you have absolutely no fakery. You have the BMW logo over here on the hood, and you can see the hood has been shaped. So it kind of gives it a sporty finish at the same time, which is pretty good. Yeah, that's about the front. It's a very simple side of the car. You can see that it's kind of a squatted vehicle. The new one, they have raised it a little more, but this one is kind of the lowered version. This one came only in this ride height, but it still serves a good purpose. There is not much of body roll. And coming to the wheels, so here you get 17-inch wheels all around, and then obviously you get discs all around. So in the front you have 312mm discs, and in the back you get 300mm discs. So as you see, the alloy wheel design is pretty simple over here, but as of the new generations, they have come up with more and more unique designs and all those. It's not what you'd call wide from the wheel arches and all. Coming to the back of the car, so as you can see, the bumper is kind of the highlighted part of this car because it just comes out a bit. And as you see here, it has a single exhaust, not double or anything, but that single has no fakery. There is no fake surrounds or anything, which is good. You can see you have the sensors over here, the reversing sensors over here and all. You have the BMW logo over here, X1 written here, and as you can see, it has a wiper in the back, so it has a rear wiper, and it has a shark fin antenna over there. So coming to the chassis and the suspension, you have a double joint front axle and a multi-arm rear axle. And it's pretty smooth experience, I have to say. It's a very smooth experience. And this car weighs around 1.5 tons, which is not bad. Body roll is there, but it is not that much compared to a Fortuner or Endeavour or something like that. Because as I told you before, it's been squatted a bit. I'm not sure why, but that helps a lot in body roll, because in cornering roll, at the same time, it's not any Lamborghini or anything, but it's good for an SUV. Now let's move on to the interior of the X1. So first I have to say that the doors are pretty heavy. They are not the lightest of the whole competition, but as we are in the interior of the X1, I have to say, pure luxuriness. The Germans have done a good job. I'm sorry for the accent, I suck at German. As if you didn't know that. Okay. So, coming to the main piece of dashboard, there's this very good touch of wood to it. It's very nice. It feels premium. It feels premium while touching it. And here you have, it's like a contrast. You have black and beige over here, and you have the wood in the middle. The AC vents are also shaped pretty well. And here's the hazard lamp, buttons locking all the doors. Here you have the climate controls. The climate controls, yeah, typical 2014. They are not, like most of them, they are not through the screens. You can control the fan speed from here and the heaters over here. So yeah, it's a lot of buttons to look at. You have the radio buttons. I think it has a CD player also, which is kind of surprising. And coming here, I'm going to talk about this in a sec. And then here you have, the typical BMW toggle. So this is basically for you to operate the infotainment system, which again I'll show in a sec. And you have the handbrake over here, small handbrake, but again coated in leather. Awesome. And by the way, the whole interior is in leather, complete interior. It's flushed in leather. And the general build quality of the BMW, oh my god, the Germans have done a hell of a job. Pretty good over here, but as it comes here, you have to, again, leather comes into play again. Over here, it's complete leather, very good. Over here, you have a vanity mirror with a light, which is pretty sick. And then you close that here. Even the driver's side also does have a vanity mirror. I'm not sure that that's a good idea, driver's side having a vanity mirror. But other than that, you have lights over here, 1, 2, and your main one. That's a pretty sick addition, I guess. Coming to storage, you have a glove box over here with soft open, which is pretty sick. I have to be honest, the glove box is not the biggest of them. It's kind of small. And coming to the door bins are huge. You can fit easily a 750 ml bottle in there and a lot of stuff over here. Same thing here on the driver's side. I have an example over here. Yeah, that's a small bottle, but still fits. Now, if you see that there is absolutely no space to store anything in the center console except over here, which, yeah, it's kind of medium sized, but it's fine. You can store things there. But other than that, you push the armrest back. Oh my god, that's legendary. So this is a bottle holder, a hidden bottle holder kind of thing. So when you don't want it, you just extend the armrest and still the handbrake works. Pretty sick. So now coming to the infotainment system of the car, as you can see, is kind of small, no touch, which is kind of weird, but it's still fine, I guess. For 2014, you can't expect anything else. But you have the toggle over here, so I'm just going to change it. Yeah, you can just... The graphics are also pretty good. It's not that laggy, honestly. You have CD/multimedia, radio, telephone, navigation, office. You have a lot of things. Vehicle information settings, so if you go to vehicle information, it's kind of, you know, it gives you most of the information that you need, all the vital information. Over here, though, you have how many kilometers can you go till you have to do the next fuel stop, how much, what's your mileage average, and all those. And coming to the main instrument cluster, so instrument cluster, yes, it is analog, it is not digital, but it has digital parts in it. For example, here between the tachometer and the speedometer, you have a small kind of digital display. Below that, you have a very small digital display. So here it shows your rev counter, nothing much to explain over there. Redline at 5000 RPM. Now you may be thinking that why does it redline that low? I'll tell you the answer. It's diesel. It's a diesel engine, so yeah, it has to redline over there. Kind of low red lines. And over here it goes, the speedometer goes all the way till 260 kilometers per hour. You don't want to achieve it. About the driving position, I don't drive, but still the position is a position for any human. Anyway, that's not the point. I forgot to tell that because it's a BMW. I was mesmerized. Anyway, so headroom, very good headroom over there. Knee room is good. It doesn't touch any of the instruments over there. It doesn't touch the steering wheel, doesn't touch the dash, nothing. The steering itself is kind of thin. Usually BMWs they're known for their fat, thick steering wheels. This one's actually pretty modest, and I like this one. I like the steering wheel a lot. Steering mounted controls are over here. Yeah, obviously. Horns over here and BMW logo. Then you have the stalks for wipers and lights, indicators, and all those here. Start, stop button over here. So obviously, this being a BMW and all those things, this has electric adjustable seats. So, you know, just push this and the seat moves front. This also has a reclining function. Yeah, it's kind of noisy at times, but you can't do anything about it. It's good. You should be gifted that you have something electric. So I just want to finish off the front by showing you this. And it's the panoramic sunroof, which is a pretty good addition to this car. Just have a look over here. So here, just above your head, you have this controls. So you just have to pull it back once. And if you see here, yeah, it's kind of not, yeah, it takes time, but bear with me. As soon as that goes, yeah, that's gone into place. Now you just have to put it one more time. Now as you see here, bear with me please, I know it's kind of, yeah. So as you see, this is a sunroof, and I am actually disappointed. I thought the whole roof will come out, but no, it's only this much, and this is just the size of an electric sunroof. It's kind of disappointing, but what can you do? You have this much glass area on the positive side. On the negative side, only this much opens. Yeah, it's fine, I guess. Let's move on to the back seats. Coming to the back seats now, I have to say, getting in is a bit of a faff because you have to keep your leg inside properly because you may trip over here. You have this kind of wedge over here. It's kind of hard, but once you sit down, first thing you feel is like, feels like you're in a sedan. It's that low. Even the front seats are completely low. I don't know. It feels really like a sedan. So as you see here, loads of headroom, loads of knee room. Although legroom can be more, it's kind of limited. You can't stretch your legs too much. But yeah, the third person, you may not be able to seat a third person over here. You, however, have a 12-volt charging point over here, and you have a hump. And this is the biggest hump ever on hyper automobiles. So it's pretty much a 4-seater, the X1. Coming to the seats itself, they are not as good as the ones in the front. I have to say that the front ones are pretty good. The bolstering is pretty good. Everything's pretty good. But in the back, yeah, they are kind of flat. You sit kind of upright, but yeah, it's manageable. It's completely manageable. And then you have 3 headrests over here. This one cannot be adjusted. I don't know who's going to sit here because of the hump, but still, maybe they kept it because it's a BMW. Anyway, coming to the storage, over here, you have the traditional BMW cup holders. Oh, that is sick. Can I do that again? You just have to press this button. That is sick. You have 2 cup holders which don't occupy space. And most of the cars I've seen used as cup holders, and then you keep your hand and your hand becomes a hand holder. But this one fixes a problem. Now you can use it as an armrest or as a cup holder. That's a pretty sick innovation over there. And they have these kind of rubber grips inside them at corners to keep the bottle in place or keep water in place. That's something I really like. Then put it back. Door bins in the back, yeah, they're extremely small compared to the ones in the front. However, the bottle holder over here, it's a huge one. It's like the one in the front. Ones behind that are kind of shrinked. Same thing over here. You kind of shrink. I'll just take a water bottle and show you. You can put it over here, but yeah, putting it is a kind of a problem. But after you put it, it can stay there without any problem. Other storage in the back include airplane style nets, which can hold kind of less things according to me. I prefer the other one, but yeah, it's good. Now coming to the boot of the car, so you can see it opens pretty wide. It's pretty wide opening, and the boot over here. So this has 420 liters of boot space without the seats folded. Yes, you can fold the seats. So to fold the rear seats, you have to come all the way to the back seat, and then you have to pull this and then just flip it down. Same thing with others. So this is actually 60-40 split. So this is a 40 and that's a 60. Now once you fold this also, this one is kind of heavy. All fall into place. And as you can see, it's a pretty flat floor. You can load things extremely easily. You can just load them here and then just push them over there. Now from 420 liters, it is 1350 liters. But I have to admit that, however it is, the X1 has kind of lower boot space compared to its competitors. That is the GLA and Q3. Now, coming to the part that you all have been waiting for, the engine. So I pull this over here. As soon as I pull that, the bonnet pops. So now coming to the engine of this car, you have struts over there, so no need of putting all those sticks to make the bonnet stand. However, the bonnet is pretty heavy. I just lifted it, it's pretty unheavy. But no insulation over here, which is kind of weird for a BMW. Anyway, coming to the engine, the heart of the BMW. Anyway, so what you get here? So you get a 2-liter turbocharged inline 4 over here. So it produces 184 horsepower and 380 Newton meters of torque. Now, if you see the torque is damn high, that is because it's a diesel engine. So because it's a diesel engine, it produces a lot of torque, and all this power is sent through BMW's automatic 8-speed torque converter to, surprisingly, the rear wheels. It's rear wheel drive. And I'll tell you one of my experiences. You can really feel it pushing you from the back, as it has like 380 Newton meters of torque. It kind of struggles at first to get there, but once it gets that torque, once the torque is delivered, it keeps pushing it. That is the power of the diesel engine. The torque is like unlimited for most of the rev range. Now, coming to the final verdict of the car, what do I think of the car? Surprisingly, I think that the X1 is kind of a bargain compared to the X3. But if you're getting the X1, go for the latest one. That's what we think about the car. Let us know what you think about the car in the comments below. Please make sure to subscribe to our channel because we have loads of content coming and we have awesome cars coming on the channel. So have an eye out for these cars. You'll be notified when we make a new upload. Thank you so much for watching. See you next week. Thank you.